What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Post-Gazette Pirates YouTube channel. He's Andrew Destin. I am Noah Hiles. We're here again in sunny Bradenton, Florida. Not so sunny, I should say, this time. Looks like we got some clouds above us, but we're still here. And once again, we have 3 takeaways from Pirates Spring Training 2025. What would this be, day 5?
I believe so.
I believe so, day 5, where it's a Sunday. Tomorrow's report day. That's going to play a factor into this report. But before we get into that, Andrew, we got a couple guys we need to talk about. One of them being David Bednar.
Yeah, guy who just looked fantastic today with his bullpen, live bullpen, I should add. No, I know you were there to watch it live for the entirety of it. I only caught a little bit of it, but by all indications, Bednar looks to be in a great spot physically. When you see him in the clubhouse, it looks like he's lost some weight and added some muscle. You know, it seems like he is in a good spot physically, which is noteworthy considering how last year, yes, it was a challenge, but he also was hampered by injuries. From what you saw today, it looked like there's no issues, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to jump to major conclusions after one glance at him, and I believe what was a 25 to 30 pitch live bullpen. But, I mean, he did look good. I mean, the guys he faced, the hitters were Emmanuel Valdez, Jared Triolo, and Brian Reynolds. And he got whiff on all 3. He struck out Valdez. He got 2 back-to-back swing and misses against Reynolds. And he was giving Jared Triolo some fits. We have some video on that that you can check out on my X account. A lot of good command from David Bednar, which was a huge issue last year. The fastball looked really good. I thought the curveball, he was really snapping them in there. They got a lot of looking strikes. There was the one that I posted online. You could see Jared Triolo kind of just smile and look over to the dugout like, that was a really nice pitch. And again, I know it's super early. We've got a lot to see from David Bednar this spring and obviously this regular season. But that's a very good first sign when you see him come in good shape, looks slimmer, as Andrew pointed out, added some muscle, and then the early results and just team instruction look really good.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But a guy that I want to focus on next is Henry Davis.
Okay.
On the offensive side, you know, that's been such a challenge for him. Last year, all the talk going into spring training was, Henry Davis, is he good enough defensively that he can play catcher? He had done the right field thing for 2023. Now he's back behind the plate for coming off of a full year. But it was a really challenging year for him in 2024 on the offensive side. He's made some tweaks to the swing, and me personally speaking candidly, I think this is the best his swing has looked since he was drafted, and that's noteworthy.
So you've been paying attention to Henry probably closer than anyone here.
Yep. That's not
a Pirates coach or player. So can you just take us into the specifics? What exactly has he changed in his swing? I've noted these two, but I want to hear you break it down because I feel like you've got a really good pulse on it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the thing that's most noteworthy to me is that the swing itself, his hands, it's always he's had like a trigger, like a little quick twitch where he whips his hands back to get them into that ready position. It's much quieter now. Now it's just a lateral movement where he's drawing the right elbow backwards, and it's not with a little bit of a crutch, I guess is the easiest way to put it. That has kind of been eliminated from the swing, and he's not changing his eye level either. The head is remaining still, it's constant, so when he's whipping back, it's not with the head moving. So that's really noteworthy. The second thing is he's not crouched as far down low, so he's already in the spot that he's pretty much going to be ready to hit. It's simple, and when he talked to us at the Post-Gazette yesterday, his most noteworthy takeaway was that, yeah, last year, really challenging for him offensively. All he wants to do when he's in the batter's box now is not think about mechanics, not think of any of that. He just wants to focus on driving the ball up the middle. And that was a really fleeting task last year.
Right.
He tried to pull everything.
Yes.
And he's noted as much. And Derek Shelton noted as much today. So, listen, we're not going to jump to conclusions. It's mid-February, but Davis is a guy that I think we need to keep our eyes out for, especially in terms of how he approaches things in the box.
The up-the-middle hitting is just something I've noticed with him, even in batting. Like, you'd watch him in batting practice last year, and yeah, I mean, he was hitting a whole bunch of balls into the left field seats, but it was like right field didn't even exist, even in BP. Center field didn't even exist, even in BP. Where now you're seeing him pepper those areas of the outfield as well, just even working on hitting to the opposite field. And then another thing that I noticed about Henry Davis, and I think you and I talked about this, it looks like he put on some muscle too.
Yeah, he's in great shape.
Yeah.
Nobly in good shape. The spirits are high. He's enjoying the time, the camaraderie with the guys in the clubhouse, the catchers specifically. It's as good of a mood as we've seen him in, and, you know, the challenge is waiting him. We talked to Ben Charrington the other day at Media Day about the catching dynamic right now, the competition. One spot is reserved for Joey Bart, barring injury. The other one, it's an open competition, and they still want guys like Davis, Endy Rodriguez, to get regular everyday at-bats. I'm not saying that's one of those guys. It very well could be Jason DeLay, but with Davis, he's a name to keep an eye out for, certainly for that backup catcher spot.
Final thing I think we should mention, yeah, it's Sunday. Tomorrow is the first full team workout, and we've seen a lot of guys report. We haven't seen everyone yet. Who were some arrivals over the weekend? I mean, today was IKF was here.
Yep.
Tommy Pham reported. Still waiting for that transaction to become official.
Right.
So we couldn't really even talk to him yet. But Andrew, I mean, who are some guys missing that you noted?
Yeah, I think the most notable one for me is Andrew McCutchen. And, that comes with the territory.
Right.
At this stage of his career.
He's been to a couple of these.
Yeah, and this is familiar, right? This isn't joining a new team at this point. It's year 3 of being back with the Pirates. That's the one that stands out the most to me. But otherwise, I mean, yeah, we're coming up on report day. It should be a fun one tomorrow, but Kutchen's the guy that I'm most looking forward to catching up with.
Yeah, and I will note that all of the guys who should have probably been here early, I think did show up early.
Yeah.
Like Brian Hayes was here on day 1. Jack Sawinski was here on day 1. The younger guys like Nick York and Billy Cook, they were here, probably Friday? I mean, the young guys either fighting to be on the roster or coming off of a bad season, looking to turn things around, guys who weren't a pitcher or a catcher, they still showed up early to get some work in. Brian Reynolds here, I mean, he probably could have been one of the guys who didn't report.
Right.
O'Neill Cruz is already here. The veterans are going to start trickling in later on, but for the most part, I mean, I think they've had really good early attendance, which, that's something you would like to see. I'm not going to say that that's a sign to, say Pirates are winning the World Series or anything, but a collective buy-in, showing up when you don't have to, that's the sign of a team that wants to win, I think.
Yeah, no doubt about it, and we'll have to wait and see. But in the meantime, it's good attended stuff so far here in the spring, and we'll keep tabs and make sure that we're on top of who's here and who isn't here come report date tomorrow.
We've got a lot to report tomorrow. Going to be a busy one. You can follow it all at post-gazette.com and by subscribing to this channel if you haven't already, please do so. We'll have more coverage. He's Andrew Destin. I'm Noah Hiles. We'll keep it coming here from Bradenton, Florida. Pirate Spring Training 2025.